Hello, welcome to Fosway Classic Car Workshop. One thing that car people all have in common is we've all got a car in our past that we regret selling. Might be our first car, might be a car with particularly fond memories, or it might simply be a car that's worth a fortune now that you didn't realise it would be at the time. Now in my case, the car in question is a 1974 Mini Clubman. Really humble 998cc. It was given to me as my second car by my great aunts to replace the rusty Mini that I had as my first car. I ran around in it for about 3 years, from when I was 19 to 22, my university years, and I had to move it on because really motorway miles with 10-inch wheels and 40 horsepower aren't the greatest. But I really did miss it. It was in beautiful condition, really low mileage. The floors were in perfect condition. It had been Z-barted since new, and of course it had been in the family. So ever since then, I've wondered what happened to it. Because it was in such nice condition when I sold it, I was thinking, hopefully somebody's looked after it. So I was scouring Facebook. There's a Where's My Mini group, which I joined and put this picture on it. And you'll never guess what. I was scrolling a certain online marketplace a few months back, and guess what happened? The exact same car reappeared. Now, it may not look like it at first, but this is SFM 192M, the exact same car in this picture that I got for my 20th birthday. Underneath this very nice blue paintwork is the original damask red paintwork. So you can see bits of it here coming through where for some reason the engine bay has been painted grey. It has its original engine, it has its original seats, most of the floors original as well. And the guy that I bought it from said that the person that he bought it from was considering doing a VTEC Honda conversion for it, which I'm really glad that they didn't. Because my intention with this is to turn it back into the spec that my great aunt gave it to me in, which was with the seams still on it, with the bumpers still on it. My intention is to turn this back to original, but let's have a look around it and actually see what I've got. Obviously the colour difference is a key thing to look at the start, but it's got its original grille, which is really encouraging, albeit a lot of the black paint that should be in there has gone. It's been de-seamed, so it doesn't have the front bumper mounting points. I've got the front and rear bumper, but the mounting points are long gone. Move around the side. So as completely normal on a Mini of this age. I'm pretty sure there's some rust going on the inside behind here. Down the A panel, down to the bottom and into the sills. There's definitely rust going on, so that needs remedying. 12-inch wheels all round. So these ones at the back don't actually fit, which is why they're bolted on the other way around. I think they were clashing. So that needs sorting out. I definitely want to put this back on 10-inch rims. I don't think it's right to have it on 12. Again, the de-seaming at the rear, you can see here where that's starting to come undone. So I might well find that there's a lot more than just the superficial stuff that needs sorting. But we'll have to see in time. Into the boot. A friend of mine has already helped me source a pair of twin SUs. So that's bolt on, I don't mind that. And then here is the original. Well, I say original. This is the wooden steering wheel that I had on my first Mini, that I then put on this one to replace it. And I've actually sourced a proper Clubman, thin-rimmed, bigger steering wheel to go on it, so that at least it kind of ticks that originality box. But actually, just looking back in here, that boot floor, the original paint, is actually all in really good condition. It doesn't appear to be patched up, which is really encouraging. Let's have a look under the bonnet. There isn't a bonnet prop, so I'll have to hold it up while I film. Okay, so again, you can see the paint coming through, the original paint colour underneath this grey that's been kind of slapped on in here. That definitely looks like the original front panel, which is really encouraging. And these inner wings don't look too bad at all. So it's what's going on inside the wheel arch, I guess, that I need to worry about most. No air filter on there. Still got on its original carburettor. Replacement clutch and brake master cylinders. They're not plumbed in, so it it won't actually drive at the moment, even if it could start, and I haven't tried cranking it at all, but that might be one small job that I try and do just to see if the engine's got any life left in it. Let's have a look inside. So the inside is really encouraging. It's great to have the original seats. I used half bucket seats in the front of this when I had it because they were just more sporty and more fun. But it's great to have the original both front and rear, and actually not in bad nick considering. It's amazing that they've actually stayed with the car this long. The floor actually looks pretty encouragingly good. It's had a bit of a patchwork done down here. That's absolutely typical. But amazingly, it's got the original clipping points for the carpet still on the inner sills here. So if I lift up, how about that? Okay, there's overspray, but still amazingly original. So if I look at the mileage, I sold this, I think, when it was about 27,000 miles on the clock, and it's now 43,359. So it's a bit of a survivor. There's that original steering wheel that I've sourced with the correct badge in the middle. Now, the door cards I need to explain. So there's something weird going on here. So here's one of the door cards that I've mostly cleaned up. And again, it's great to have those original door cards. But this car must have been owned by, I suspect, a young lad. That word there says booby. And there are various pictures of boobies stuck along all of the door cards in the front and rear. Some of them with boobies on, some of them a few cars, some of them a bit surfing. So somewhere there was a young lad who's got a bit of answering for all of this. Tasteful decor uplift. So yeah, if you happen to watch this, do get in touch. I'd love to hear what you've got to say about it. But generally, actually, in all seriousness, I think this is okay. It's the great basis for a fairly sound restoration. So people that know me and people that will have watched my little YouTube channel a bit will know that I've got quite a few projects waiting in the wings. And I've got one main project, which is the restoration of my brother's E-Type, which is just through there at the back of the workshop. I can't work on this yet. I simply don't have the time. All I'm going to do is see if I can get the engine started, check for health there as a basis, have a bit of a look over, so take a few things out and check the car over and then put it to one side until I got the time to actually do it properly. Right, just for a bit of fun, I've put a battery on it, I've checked the oil level. Let's see if I can get it to crank. Well, that's encouraging. Let's put a bit of fuel in. See if I can get it to fire. I think what I'll do at first is put a little bit of fuel in the carb here. Just see if I can get a little bit of ignition. Wow. It lives. Oh, that's amazing. So now to get some fuel in the tank and see if I can actually get some to the engine and get it to fire for longer. Okay, so I've cranked it a few times and there's no fuel coming through. So I've taken the top off the float chamber here. Definitely no fuel coming through from the tank. I'm pumping out a load of old stale fuel. So some is coming out, but it's not fresh fuel yet by any means. So if I just crank it here, it starts to come through this clear line. That's starting to look and smell a bit cleaner. Right, I'll tip this out and I'll start again and just see how clear that looks. Okay, so the fuel is now beginning to look a little bit less yellow, so I'll connect everything back up again and see if I can actually get this to fill. This might take a while to fill the float chamber, but let's see how this goes. No way! It's alive! There we go. God, how do we do this? There we go. I can't believe how satisfying that is. Choke in. Oh, there she goes. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's so weird getting back in here after all of this time. I'm a bit bigger than I was when I used to drive this. I think I need a steering column lowering bracket. I think I need some slightly comfier seats than these that wrap me in. I'd had a half bucket seat back in the day, but really nostalgic. It really is absolutely tiny in here. I have to say, I can't wait to get out in it again. Let's see what happens in this one. Let's get this E-Type done so I can get onto this, because this one's definitely next. Thanks for watching.